Welcome to another CEO Wisdom podcast. Today with Daniel Mersing. Daniel is a client, he's a friend. He's CEO at Premier Staff. He's into event staffing and management. He's in LA, in West Hollywood area. Dan is a smart thinker, a biohacker, great leader, and he's very bullish on growth and attacking markets. So we're going to talk about that today. This podcast is brought to you by my podcasting company. It's called podpair.com. If you want to start scale, be invited to podcasts like this one, go to podpair.com. We monetize podcasting the unconventional way. Dan, welcome to the pod. Tell me a bit more about yourself and about Premier.
Yes, thank you, Charles, for having me. A little bit about myself at Premier. Uh, Premier Staff is actually the first company I founded. It's an event staffing agency. We focus mainly on luxury events where we provide basically bartenders, servers, brand ambassadors, for basically any company that needs to hire temporary staff and that are professionals and know what they're doing. And we basically hire and train everyone in-house, and that way they show up to the event ready to just deliver for our clients.
And you've worked with brands such as Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
You've worked with Rihanna. You've worked with Bezos. Tell us about some of these clients and what it meant for you to work with these.
Yeah, Louis Vuitton was definitely an exciting one that we got. That was a 3-month exhibition that they had for basically like a pop-up museum for Louis Vuitton on Madison Avenue in New York City. And yeah, that was an exciting one. Just as far what did that mean for us? Yeah, actually, that was our first client in New York City, so that allowed us opportunity to actually scale and actually enter that market, and we're able to leverage that opportunity to basically just build a team out there. And so that was definitely an exciting one because we hit the floor running with a big boom. And yeah, as far as like events like with Rihanna, we do a lot of events with like Netflix. Those are mainly catering events like movie premieres. I think Rihanna had a product launch for her business. So again, they just hire a team to deliver a luxury quality experience for the guests. We don't do much of the event planning, but in this case, when it comes to catering, it's more so just, again, delivering quality service, just people that are can show up with a warm, positive, like exciting attitude for the guests.
And what's your master plan? How do you want to scale that business to the sky?
Yeah, I think the way we're going to do that is through our brand ambassadors. I catering that's like it's definitely scalable, but I really think brand ambassador is a way to do it. It's very fun. It's very not only is it fun, but I think every big company is realizing the value of in-person experiences for their customers or their for marketing purposes. I think everyone's so caught up in their phones now, and like that's the phone advertising on the phone through TikTok, any social media platform is very saturated. I think actually getting guests to come in person and have an experience, providing experience for your customers is like the new way of marketing, because people come and actually post, right? And then they start marketing for you. On top of that, I think it builds a lot of brand loyalty. So I think brand ambassadors is going to see a huge uprise. It's already growing, but I think it's going to continue to grow in these next couple of years as like it's just more and more so that we are going to actually using our phones and constantly. But I think again, like changing from like internet to actually going back to in real life experiences is a new way or a more valuable way of marketing in the future.
I agree with that. And how can you scale a business like this, that one that is heavily reliable on humans, which do not tend to be reliable?
Yeah, it's a challenging one. It's the biggest reason why we get hired. It's basically I've found that providing value to the team helps with retention, helps with loyalty, at basically laying out a clear path for growth for the team. Basically, when they start out, for one, being very welcoming, creating having a positive, warm culture for, where they actually enjoy it. We're having fun events, now, so we not only do we have fun events, but we also make it fun and enjoyable. So when people come in, they just, they see the culture, they just quickly learn how things operate. And then on top of that, we have a very clear, transparent path for growth, where we're very transparent with our compensation rates for each tier. And then we also provide a plan of a checklist of exactly what you need to do and what you need to accomplish to actually get offered a promotion. And again, it's very transparent, it's very structured. There's no like, it's very black and white. It's like either you meet all these checkpoints or you don't, right? And then if you do, you get promoted. It's like very clear. There's no biases. It's very just like the way the way our team analyzes it's the performance reviews is it's very just like check boxes. Like if they hit everything, then they accomplish it. So if someone's actually motivated to do it, all they have to do is go and read our plan to basically gain promotions, and then and just do it. And it basically when we do the performance reviews, we'll review it and give them the promotion. So I realized like having that clear path of growth is how we've been able to stay competitive in the market with our team. I think compensation, that the dollar amount is very important, but more so also, I think there's other big variables like again, having that path for growth where we actually, and then once they get promoted as well, we also invite them to a leadership development program where we actually develop and train their skills and leadership. So whether they want to stay with our company or go to another company, they now have learned and acquired leadership skills. And I think that's one of the biggest things actually that we offer that none of our competitors offer. And again, it's helped so much with retention, so much with positive culture with everyone else as well.
That's pretty cool. And these humans, how do you pick them up? For example, we now have Grant show up to our call, and Grant is looks like a high quality young man. How did you selected Grant?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So everyone on our management team, our core team, have all come, from our events team. Like, we promote internally, and we give everyone internally an opportunity to grow. And we if we ever have to hire a new position on the back end, we always give our event team first choice and an opportunity to actually step up to the plate and be able to deliver for us. So Grant, for example, has been with us for a little over a year. He started off as a bartender for our company, and then became a captain, and just he was kept showing up and delivering quality, and our clients were loving him. So he became a captain or a manager. Same, we call them captains, and then we had an opportunity to have him join a recruitment department. And from our recruitment department, he was able to then get the opportunity to become an account manager with us. And just again, he just kept delivering, kept executing. So as opportunities come up, we always offer it to him. And so basically now he's one of our main core employees on our team. And he started as a bartender a year and a half ago. So that's also like a very encouraging thing, again, to like not only retention, but also inspiring other people to stay with our company and be excited and to work with us. And so that's a big thing. So that helps a lot.
What about you then? How did you discovered that staffing business? Where did you started out in life? Because, for example, or actually four or five of my first jobs were in the service industry. I was a waiter in restaurants. I also did some bar stuff. How did you find out about that industry yourself, and why did you decide to launch a business into this?
Yeah, so I went to New York City, got signed as a high fashion model. And when you're just starting out, you don't have a lot of money, you need to work part-time jobs. And I think one of the other models in the agency told us about this company. They pay $30 an hour to hire models to work like as servers for luxury events. And they want models to work. So I picked up that job. I started working a lot of shifts, and quickly went to becoming to managing events in New York City. Within a couple months, it was like 20, 21. I forget the exact, but I was very young and starting to manage events. And Eventually I moved back to LA, and I started working for another event company, and quick, within a couple months of moving back, that's actually when I started working for Jeff Bezos. There's a Golden Globe uh, party that I was working, and they out of all the team members, they appointed me to basically be Jeff Bezos' guy. Anything he needed, him or his guests needed, like that was me. It was my responsibility. I had to take care of Jeff, and so I was basically shadowing him the entire night. And again, every celebrity was there. This is Golden Globes, Amazon Prime premiere, like after party, and every celebrity was there. And even though everyone was a celebrity there, they're all looking at Jeff Bezos like he was a main celebrity, and he was definitely number one at the time as richest man, right? Um, this is years ago. So um, and I was working with him, this guy named Eugenio Lopez. He's a billionaire. You would never know. Largest art collector in all of like South America, and has a house in Beverly Hills. And he came up to me and asked me if I could start staffing his events. I was like, sure, I can do that. At that time, like I knew enough people, and I have experience managing events. I can. This shouldn't be a problem. So went to his house, did a walkthrough, over $100 million worth of art in his home. And this is just like in Beverly Hills, just casually just laying out. Like, as I was meeting him on this walkthrough, like people from other museums around the world, like France and stuff, were coming to tour his house and observe all the art that he had. And so, anyways, like that was my first client. I started staffing all of his like art parties, and I realized like, oh, this is like fun. This is good. This is like an exciting thing. So at that point in time, I dove all in, and went all in on this, and invested all my time and energy. And I think I had like, I don't know, $2,000-3,000 in my pocket at the time when I started the company. And so like I had no investors, no partners. And then here we are 3 years later, and basically, we have clients like Jeff Bezos, Netflix, Louis Vuitton, Rihanna, Cartier, and Nike, Adidas. Like it's just any big name company we've probably worked with them. So yeah.
It's pretty cool, dude. Yeah, the Eugenio Lopez, he's the heir of the Grupo Jumex fortune, right?
Yes. Know him. Yeah.
So yeah, it has a museum in CDMX as well. They've got
Yeah.
like
It's
really badass museums in CDMX. Carlos Slim as well has one with an amazing art collection. So yeah, it's interesting also that a juice company, right? But there's one in each country. In Quebec, it's called Oasis, and it's like they have like literally 35% of the juice market. Um, Bezos, I listened to his interview with Lex Friedman last Friday. I do recommend listeners to listen to that one. How's the guy in person? Because like me, when I go to I'm a very online type of guy. I can scale my stuff. I have full control over my schedule. But in person, it's a bit awkward. Like I'm not super introverted. I'm like a hybrid, but I don't like meeting new people. So how's Jeff like physically? Is just like having a good time, laughing out loud, and having fun, or
I would say he's very intense. He's intense. The first event I worked with him, what is his girlfriend's name?
Sanchez, Lauren?
Sanchez, yeah, Lauren Sanchez, yeah. So this is actually the night like paparazzi's captured them like leaving this party, and this is like before they announced their divorce. And so
Oh, Mackenzie, this divorce with Mackenzie Bezos.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
McKay's, yeah, exactly. So they're still married. They haven't released the news. He's at this party with Lauren Sanchez, and her couple of her friends, and just intense. I would say organically he's very introverted, and but obviously he's acknowledging people, saying hi, but there's an intensity to him for sure. He's definitely very, yeah, I would say calculative,
yeah.
and so and a little stiff. Uh, I don't think that's his element. He's not like an actor or celebrity, and because of acting and being socially. So I don't think that was his environment. So he's a little stiff, and maybe that's why he's a little intense, and like he's analyzing potentially. But there's definitely it was funny because that night he was like face to face with Lauren Sanchez, like clearly this is his girlfriend, and holding her hand, and like I think this was a statement of like letting everyone know like he has a girlfriend now.
Mm.
But wasn't very talkative. Liked to only speak to his personal assistant directly, and like no one else. Like she had to talk to any other staff members on his team. Even for Jeff, like anything he wanted, she would have to come and tell me actually. Everyone else I talked to, but he didn't want to talk to anyone except his assistant or anyone he's acknowledging, like that's at the event.
That's interesting. But yeah, having top service as yeah, like that, I guess that's what you want when you go at these events, someone to get you drinks or any favorite or anything that you want, like and when it came to Rihanna, what did you observe in her and her events and Louis Vuitton? Like these are very high quality people. Do they expect everything to be perfect? What do they expect from a company like Premier?
Yeah, so um for Rihanna, it was a launch party. It was more like a like a obviously she's famous and she's leveraging that for marketing purposes, and she showed up. This is a big launch, but it's just like any other event. Like this is just where our team was there, hired as bartenders for this event for Rihanna, and again, it's just anything they want. It's funny. I have team members. We did the Kid Leroy's 18th birthday party with Justin Bieber was there and did a surprise like live performance, and sang for the birthday. And again, like Justin Bieber, I think is like even at the next level up, and like comes up to the bar, asks for drinks, right? Like, oh, can I have a soda water, please? I don't think he was drinking on this at this one, and and so it's just like you have to treat it like any other event. So what they expect is just deliver quality, deliver service. Don't get starstruck. That's actually the number one rule. Is like you can't be starstruck. Like my clients don't tell me this. It's rare that our clients tell us this, but I think they don't. Oh, there you are. I thought I lost you there. But basically, I don't think they just expect us. Like they're hiring our company. We have a reputation. They know that our team's going to show up and not be starstruck. We're not going to take photos. We're not going to be in their face trying to talk to them. It's just like you treat them like anyone else. You don't, try to make like it's just good quality service is just basically being able to provide the good service without even being noticed. Like I think that's like the way you judge good service. So that's what they expect from us. We're not trying to talk to them. We're not excited and so forth, right? We're just acting normal and providing service. That's what they expect from us.
Yeah, and being human, because these folks are used to being viewed by starstruck people, and people think they're like superhumans, but in the end, it feels good to them to be treated in a normal, humanistic way. Although they do expect the best from everyone around them because they're hyper performers. In terms of next year, Dan, what do you have in mind for the company? What would be the top growth objectives?
Yeah, so everything thus far has been short term. We get hired as our clients have events. Everything we're focusing on next year, and actually, this is why we are working together. This is why I hired you for the email campaign. Is to basically get contracts signed so we can have projected revenue. And it's not even for projected revenue purposes. It's more because we want to get it's actually goes hand in hand. So not only do you get contract signed, so you get projected revenue, but you're also getting bigger contracts. 6 to 7 figure contracts is what we're aiming for with each client. So instead of having 1,000 clients hire us for a $2,000-3,000 worth of service for one event, it's like we rather get hired for $400,000 for the year, and we provide the staff full time for this venue, or this brand wants to hire us because they're constantly having outdoor engagements with their customers, and then instead of hiring people internally and training them consistently and then managing it, they just hire us and we manage it for them. So we want to basically get partnership agreements signed with clients that are big enough to the 6 to 7 figure range So that's all we're focusing on right now. That's why we're doing this email campaign with you. And that's, I believe, is what's going to take our company to the next level, allow us to grow. So that's where we are.
And the pod possibly to get these whales slash Dream 100 clients. So where can people find out more about you then?
LinkedIn. I'm launching a podcast channel soon. Social media is actually launching as well soon. We'll be creating a lot of content. So Instagram soon. Instagram now. You can do YouTube Shorts soon, and then also TikTok. So this is actually, we're finalizing the strategy now. We're actually creating some content later today, and the goal is to actually launch strong in early January. So
There you go. So that was Danielle Mersing and Charles Cormier for another founderwisdompodcast.com. If you want to take care of your podcast and scale it, you can go to podbuyer.com.